Well, the government has unveiled plans for the second part of the proposed high-speed 2 rail link. The Y-shaped extension will zip passengers from Birmingham to Leeds and Birmingham to Manchester. The first phase links London and the Midlands, of course. We've already had a huge fuss about that. The entire cost of the project, which will be completed by 2033, is expected to be a whopping £32 billion. Supporters say the fleet of ultra-modern trains will cut the journey time from Birmingham to Leeds from 2 hours to 57 minutes. Manchester to London will be chopped in half as well, from 2 hours and 8 minutes to 1 hour and 8 minutes. And the trains are going to charge up and down the country at speeds of up to 250 miles an hour, which is going to be faster than any other railway line in Europe. The government argues the project will generate £44 billion of benefits to the economy over 60 years and create 100,000 jobs in the construction industry. But the proposed route runs through the country like a sciatic nerve, stirring anger and outrage as it cuts through rolling countryside and swings close to picturesque villages. The Transport Secretary, Patrick McLaughlin, says upset is inevitable, but he counters the new stations and faster travel times will be, to quote him, great engines for regeneration. Nice pun, Minister. So is it time for the NIMBYs to stop complaining and accept that the view from their upstairs window is less important than the overall good of the country? Or are we risking the beauty of our tiny island for nothing more than a vastly expensive folly? From the campaign group Stop HS2 is Joe Rukin. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Jeremy.
Can the NIMBYs here take one for the team?
Well, it's not a question of being NIMBYs. It's a question of there being no business case, no environmental case, no money to pay for this thing. You speak to an economist, you speak to an academic, and they will tell you that there are a lot of things being said about HS2 which sound like they might be true, but stand up to no scrutiny whatsoever. Just last week, the Transport Planning Society 34 academics wrote and said that this idea that it's going to bring growth, it's just ridiculous.
What was the figure I gave was £44 billion of benefit to the economy over 60 years.
Yeah, but that's a brilliant bit of spin. 55% of that £44 billion comes from, one, the idea that no one works on trains. No one whatsoever works on a train at all. You've ever seen someone on a laptop, even with a bit of pen and a paper, on a train, you are wrong. And therefore, you can take a cash value on the time saved, multiply that by the fact every business passenger on a train is worth 70 grand, multiply it by a grossly inflated passenger forecast, and hey presto, you've got billions of pounds worth of benefits. That's where those benefits come from. A completely abstract concept. Time is money.
But the thing that isn't abstract is halving the journey time, is it? That it is going to go very, very fast up and down the country.
Well, it's going to go very, very fast to London, realistically. That's what this is all about. It's about getting more people into London. The government are saying that it's going to heal the north-south divide. And again, you speak to an academic, speak to an economist, and they'll say exactly the opposite. Look at the evidence with France. Look at the evidence with Spain. It is the primary city that benefits more. It is about sucking more stuff to London. And in terms of the journey times that you've quoted, they're saying, oh, it'll only take you this time from Sheffield to Nottingham. Well, actually, it will take you, that journey time is from somewhere outside Sheffield, i.e. Meadowhall, to somewhere right on the edge of Nottingham, i.e., Totton Sidings, well, basically Long Eaton. And what they don't mention is, of course, you are nowhere from the city centre, and the money that it will take to plug those stations into the current network, that hasn't been budgeted for.
Joe Rukin,
that's extra.
In Coventry, thank you very much.